Now that World War III is totally trending, things are a little volatile. So I've got some questions for Mr. Andy Bustamante. Yes, Andy. I have some questions. A big question for something you did or said, which is the same thing as something you did. You see, Andrew Bustamante is known as a former operations officer for the Central Intelligence Agency, meaning the millions of people who listen to the podcasts that he's been on understand that he is an American intelligence officer. Therefore, the things he has said have weight. They have credibility. Now, on Julian Dory's podcast here, Andy, something listened to by fucking everyone, the subject of, a nuclear exchange came up. That was being discussed. And you, very confidently, with a very snide, vibe to how you said this. Now, I understand you have more insight than the average run-of-the-mill intelligence officer, especially with this subject, because, unlike most, you are a Q clearance Air Force silo turd, which makes what you said exponentially worse. Orders of magnitude worse. You see, you just made us look fucking impotent as a nuclear power to the nuclear powers pointing nukes at us, dumb fuck. Oh, and it's not just that that's significant, it's how we look on the world stage to everyone else.
It's going to return nuclear weapons and blow up a bunch of innocent civilians who are not there. If Russia did it to us, yeah, they're gonna. I don't think that's true. Kidding. Nope.
Now look, how fucking pathologically reckless and selfish do you need to be to say that for clout? That's borderline treason. Now, I, as well as you, never say anything that's illegal. You're not disseminating information that's classified or sensitive. These are common sense things. So you found a little way to fucking navigate around that and still fuck your country. Fuck it. Oh, and if you believe that it's because we would want to avoid causing civilian casualties, well, then you're fucking stupid. You know what this room would be used for? Deciding whether or not we should use Hellfire missiles, okay? On the gas station. Why? Because that gas station that happens to be in the country of someone we're supposed to be allied with happened to have a whole bunch of Arab men between the ages of 18 and 35 at a gas station without getting gas for hours. Yeah. Now, speaking of scams, he wants you guys to believe that the dumping of Osama bin Laden out at sea was because we wanted to honor him for being a Muslim. Many of us have scrapbooks of dead bodies we caused from, blowing people up indiscriminately on Ramadan. We don't give a fuck about reducing collateral damage. When I say we, I mean the government, okay? I care. Just to let you know, I have dead man switches everywhere. I never discuss anything even remotely classified or sensitive that could one day be considered something that was classified. The dead man switches go to the most read columnists in the UK, and they're spread out to, journalists and whoever the fuck everywhere. Because SEAL Team 6 did not kill bin Laden. Nobody's body was dumped out at sea. You see, the State Department sacrificed their only competent ambassador. The rest of the State Department's a bunch of fucking idiots. So because this guy was good at his job, Hillary Clinton didn't just want to get rid of Gaddafi, just want to get rid of people that were doing good jobs at the State Department. That's why when they made the movie 13 Hours, there wasn't a single agency person that had anything to do with that. They made us all look like a bunch of spoiled, pompous rich kids that needed Navy SEALs to babysit us, okay? At the very beginning of that movie, the station chief asked the SEALs why they don't wear wedding rings. Yeah. You see, because a former SEAL was killed when the State Department lost the ambassador, they made this movie, place all the blame on the CIA. I guarantee you Andy would have totally been for that. And because they were SEALs, guess what? A couple months later, not even, all of a sudden, we killed Bin Laden, you guys! And SEAL Team 6 did it! Yeah, that fucker was dead before we invaded Iraq. Yep. Now, I do believe that. I believe that the guy that everybody thought was Osama bin Laden was taken by helicopter away from Tora Bora. That wasn't really Osama bin Laden. Yeah, that was smoke and mirrors so that our Spec Ops guys on the ground believed that Osama bin Laden was being whisked away to safety. You see, this is how you know that the story to fucking murk bin Laden is all bullshit. There were several different members of the various units that composed Dev Group, SEAL Team 6. And if you are an operator for fucking anyone, especially Tier 1, like that's Delta, Dev Group, okay? You know exactly who took what shot, when, and where, and you never, ever, ever, ever lie about anything. However, if you are told that you took part in an operation that never fucking happened, of course, there's no better opportunity to showboat. And that's exactly what happened. Now see, that's not classified, okay? That's bullshit. Also, what you guys should understand is, you see, plausible deniability is a term used to launder reality. Yeah, see, in principle, it's so that we provide the President of the United States with the plausible deniability, so he doesn't have his fingerprints in any of the shit that we do. The DIA, everybody else, they use plausible deniability just to launder reality. And compartmentalization is a fancy, long word to mislead you into thinking that there is some, honorable and dignified, methodical and organized nature to the manner in which information is handled. As you've seen clearly here, that's all bullshit.